Welcome back again to another episode of Win Convo. It's your boy Junior, and we are back again with the best relationship talks. Today I have with me in the studio our beautiful Enyunam and our big brother Mr. Ken. How you guys doing?
You're doing awesome.
That's good. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Guys. I'm fine. You guys are smiling, so I know today's topic. You just kick it back. You have a lot of experience, maybe. Or what do you think? Okay, that's good. That's good. So today we're going to talk why diasporans find love back home. So we're going to use the community of the African community. Sometimes we come to Europe or anywhere part of the world, and then we have, let's say, particularly the same type of women here or men here, but we decide to fly back home to find the love of our life, bring them back, or maybe them stay there with kids. Maybe I'm going to start with Mr. Ken. Any experience, or do you think there is something that's making us go back home, or sometimes people up abroad going to find the love of their life back home, or something like that? Do you have any experience on that, or you think it's normal?
Yeah, it depends on the individual, and also for me personally, I think you can find love anywhere.
Yeah.
And for those that I don't want to judge, for those that goes back home to find love, its circumstances and also what they've seen,
Yeah.
with their brother, neighbor, friend, because most times here in abroad, especially sometimes, this topic is broad, but I want to bring it, to our own,
Culture.
culture
Yeah,
and
African
also,
vibe, yeah.
nativity, especially we that are coming from diaspora, Africans especially,
Yeah.
The women here, they see relationship to be equal, but our men, from Africa, don't see relationship to be equal. They see man as the head, you see, and most men they've been disappointed, because they see their brother, their friend, their neighbor, there's in a relationship, and they see how it turns out.
I think
so
it's more of the men that grew up in Ghana, that men in Africa,
Africa.
that they came here at um when they are older, 20 from 25 going. But I think if you are born here, then you go with the flow here. So you don't see
That's true.
you don't see them as the man is the head. That is what I
Yeah,
the
that's true.
mentality here is different. So if you are born and raised here,
But we're
I
talking
think-
of the majority now,
Yeah.
because like what you said, for those that were born here, they have different mindset.
yeah,
But those that that
they came as
they
later.
came, yeah, they were not born here, they came later, for one reason or the other, so those are the more majority that goes back to find love because they've have that orientation because they see their father and mother together and they see their mother, respecting their father, their uncle, they see their uncle's wife, and so on and so forth. So they have that mentality that a wife should be submissive to 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 the husband, or a woman should be submissive to the man. So here in diaspora, they couldn't find that.
But you can search, because if you're saying you want that type of woman or lady to be submissive,
Mm.
there are still ladies who also came in when they were old. So
Yeah.
they still have the whole African culture.
Yeah, but that's the challenge there. You see, that's the challenge.
More
The ladies that are here, they came here and follow the system
Yeah.
they met here. You see, so that's the twist. Because those, like you said, those ladies that came also as the men, when they came here, being know that, for example, you see their mom,
Yeah.
you see their auntie, being submissive. For example, you see your husband coming, you go to, take off the shoe, prepare the food on the table before they see their mom does that, and they see that, so they know. But when they come here, it's not the same. The husband must cook for himself or take food for himself. So they are not seeing, the husband is not seeing that from the lady. So it becomes, a question. So, and they've seen, like I said, they've seen their friend, their brother, their neighbor, and the relationship doesn't comes out good. So that's why they said, no, I will not go through what my friend or neighbor or brother go through. Let me go back home and and get love there.
So
But also,
Mhm.
going back home is not the solution
Yeah.
because you're going to bring a lady that will still come to meet the same system.
Yeah.
Your brother's wife or girlfriend or
Yes.
neighbor,
You adjust us.
you know,
Faster
so
women adjust faster here. When
you
they
know,
come,
so
you have their girlfriends talking and they see
Yeah.
their relationship. So women adjust easier, even though they come here at a later age. They
so
take
it's a temporary solution. So it's just some, for those that are going back home, I don't think that is solution because I would say it's a temporary solution. Why I say temporary solution? Because that moment you felt okay, that's the right thing to do. Okay, you go, you bring her. She's still coming to me the same system that you think that is affecting that affected your brother's wife, your friend's wife, your neighbor wife.
Yeah.
That's what that makes you went back home to find love, but you're forgetting you are bringing that same person to that same system. So if he or she, because it's both ways, like not only but it's more from the men's side. Okay, but if he or she comes and the system affects him or her, then what are you gonna do? You're back to square one. So
You go back again and go and marry.
again, so it's just like I said, it's a temporary solution for you, in your mindset. So
So I was also thinking, if not only the temporary solution, maybe they want to have cost efficiency. So like maybe they think if they marry here, they have to be on equal with their wife. So they want to go back home, pay less, marry the woman, bring her here. Or what do you think? Because I think going back home is more expensive because you going to make the whole marital stuff, pay the money. In Africa, you pay a lot of money.
yes,
Yes.
some
Places,
parts,
yes.
yeah,
You have to pay a lot of money, do a lot of customary stuff.
yeah,
Then you have to now do it's a visa or plane ticket, bring the lady here.
yeah.
Yeah, it's also part of it. So if you're saying it's temporary solution, what do you think can be a best way or best advice you can give the growing ones? Because I think this is not going to change. Nowadays, even the younger diasporans go back home for holidays. So then they mingle with different type of people and then they can find love there. So like maybe any takeaway or some advice that could help. Maybe okay, a good way because it can be temporary, but we want to know.
Yeah,
Tell us something.
The only advice is God. Yeah, because why I use that word? Yeah, the only advice is God because we're talking about relationship that sometimes leads to marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just deviate a little bit. Marriage is instituted by God, and it's only God that can keep marriage. You understand? Okay, and there's everything in life has a manual, and just like iPhone, it has a manual for you to enjoy, for you to use the features of that iPhone. You have to go through the manual and see what that phone can do for you to enjoy and use the phone to its capacity. So the same thing goes to relationship and marriage in our discourse. It is the word of God, that will help because in the Bible, women are to be submissive to men. Man is the head of the house. So if a man plays his role, a woman plays his role, there will be peace. You see, a man being the head doesn't mean the man is, how do you say it, is going to be uh, talking or abusing the woman. No, like it's just like an organization. Every company has their CEO, COO, chairman, so everybody has their role to play. So, and if everybody play their role, there will be a smooth, how do you say, there will be a smooth working environment for everyone. You see? So the same thing goes to relationship. If the woman knows that my man is the head and I am to be a support to him, I think it will be a smooth relationship and a smooth marriage. So the solution, like I said, everybody play your role and also know who you are, in the relationship. You are a woman, play a woman role. You are a man, play a man role. Because what I see mostly, especially this society, they make it man and woman are equal. So, but you are missing something. How do they find the equal? Equal in what way? Of course, we are all human. You are not less human than you now. You're not less human than me. You see, we are all human beings. True, but we are not equal. Me and my supervisor are not equal in job in my company. He has a higher office than me. Me and my CEO. So they are missing it. You see, so everyone needs to understand their role. A woman is under a man. A woman is under a man. No, I'm not being disrespectful to women that on that. No, what I mean that in relationship, unless you are not in a relationship, unless you are just friends, go out, you know, eat, drink, or do have fun, do whatever. But once it comes to relationship and marriage, you are under a man. There's no two ways about it. You don't if you like you are earning whatever you are earning, or you have degree, you are
Yeah,
under a
still,
man.
yeah.
It's women should know that. And if they know that, see, man, I'm a man. Don't don't play with a man's ego. You see, ego and respect, if you can, the
You
man
need to
will
go.
give you the kingdom,
I give you the keys and everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so before I want to take it from Enyinam's part as a woman. So sometimes we the men we come to we travel abroad, we work hard. So in a woman perspective, okay, you're a single woman living here, or you have your own money and you can't find love when you go back home. How do you feel? How comfortable do you feel? Maybe discussing with your family, okay, I've met this guy, I want to bring this guy, it's the same way going back. But then in a man's perspective, it's also different
Yeah.
than a woman, because they expect, okay, then why not you let the man come marry you or something like that? But you go in, how does it work now?
Yeah, I think going back to Ghana and doing all those things, I think from the man they think, oh, I'm coming to abroad, I have opportunities, so it's easier for them. And I think for some women, it's because they've been hurt so much over here, so they think the men here have a different mentality.
Mhm.
So they go back and somebody who is in Ghana raised, and they have different mentality. And I think in the negative way, some women think, oh, if the guy comes here, he doesn't know much about the system, so he can, let me say, in yeah, just abuse the man because he doesn't know the system, so he can
Have a control over
have
it.
exactly have control over the man. But I don't think it is something you should do as a woman, like Brother Ken is saying. Yes, no matter what, if you are here, you are bringing the man, you still have your part to play. It doesn't mean because you are here, you are earning euros, and the one is not so disrespect because he's back home and he doesn't have much or something. I don't think, yeah, women should be doing that. If you go back home and you find somebody, you are still the woman. That doesn't mean because you are bringing him, you have to
Take control.
could take control
Yeah.
of the man. So for me, I don't know if I can find out have a
So on a
relationship.
quick one, do you think you would, if maybe situation change, you would have, okay, you have an option to get married here or option to go back to fix somebody and bring? Which one would you go for? A short one.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 reasons why. It's easy, cost efficient.
Cost
You
efficient,
don't
that's
pay
what I
money.
wanna say.
And here, the person go to work, you have your shift, you run your shift, you come, you cook, you
but
cook,
you
right?
come home at the end of the day, you have somebody at home.
Yeah,
You know,
and you
but
you get
back
to know
home-
him more,
exactly. back home-
physically.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So
You
you
know,
wouldn't, you go for the
Not
option.
video
Yeah.
call, not
Yeah.
So,
Brother, these days you have the free data, so FaceTime and all those
Yeah.
things.
yeah,
But still, at the end of the day, you need somebody to have
yeah.
face-to-face conversation,
Yeah,
getting
that
to know
connect.
somebody on
Yeah.
the phone. You can never know the person just on the phone. Face-to-face, you ask questions, you see how the person reacts. And so for me, if I have the option, I will still
just do it. Yeah.
just go with it.
Even God said, even he that find a woman find a good thing. Find, he said find, not
So, Brother Ken, then you on the next list, which option will you go for?
Of course, I
Okay, what if you can't find anybody here?
if I can't find
That why
anybody,
you don't find anybody, so let's go to Africa and marry, or you not go for that option.
I will not go for that option.
No?
I think
But the thing is, it's also challenging. So maybe you
no.
find somebody from my side, from
Mm.
as a woman, if you find them, the person has his own business, everything,
Yeah,
and
then okay.
it's not somebody who likes to come and stay abroad, and you have all your thing going on here. You don't want to go back home to settle at this point. That is also challenging.
Yeah.
How are you going to be traveling? I don't think our 25 days holidays here
It's
we'll
really
do
that-
a whole year going visit back and forth. So, somebody will say, "Oh, I'll pay your ticket for you." Fine, but still, you have a life here. You can't be going every month.
back and
To
forth.
it's you have people who doesn't want to travel abroad. They are okay where
Yeah.
they are
Yeah, yeah.
in Africa. So, yeah,
No, for your question, if there is no, of course, it's to be in a relationship is a choice,
Yeah.
and to get married also is a choice. So even though, like your question, if I didn't find, if there's no option here, of course, because I want to get married, I will go back because I have made a choice that I want to get married.
Yeah.
But I will go back. But of course, it's still on a risk of, like what we are saying, you bring in that person here.
Yeah.
After a while, you get used to the system. Will he or he or she, yeah, stay the person that you know as a wife or as a husband to play his own role. Not what the system says. Because the system here, says a different thing. About relationship. It's so funny enough that the system, they say they want family together, they want people together. It's good for the how do you call it? It's good for the country. That people are building home as a family, but the policy that you are putting is also not helping to keep family. You see, in some circumstances, for example, like I said, you are saying men and women are equal. That's not what
a man from Africa will not
you know.
understand that.
It's not about Africa.
No.
It's affecting even the citizen here also. Those
How?
policies about, okay, for example, there's challenges at home. There's challenges at home, and the police come and they are telling the man to leave. How is that being? How is that being fair? They are telling the man to leave, to go find somewhere to not trying to look into the circumstances and see, okay, what's the best. So there are some policies and rules they are putting in place that's not helping keeping family together. You see. So, and yeah, I think,
But what would be the reason that the woman will call the police and
yeah,
the
you
child?
can be a lot of reason.
You can, but
A lot of reason.
the only thing I think a woman will call the police if you are beating her, then you
No,
call.
no.
No, that is the only thing I can think about right now.
Yeah, of course, that is part of it. But also, we have different reasons that sometimes the woman might, for example, now, the woman might say, okay, he doesn't want this relationship anymore or this marriage. And maybe the guy is just being, okay, let's talk it out or let's see what to do. And maybe there's no patient and you just call police that you need to leave this night or you need to leave now. I don't want to see you anymore. Change the lock. It has happened to neighbors, friends around us here. You see?
Really?
Yeah. So, and we won't see a case that even in this diaspora situation we are talking about, a man, a man, a man will go and bring a wife from Africa, and the house he bought, and maybe they have domestic issues in marriage, and the police will come and the man will leave the house.
But those things happen. Sorry for me to say, but those things happen between the white community. I don't. Does it happen between?
Of course, happen between
Do
the
you have
house.
a neighbor or somebody like experience? You
I've
know
s-
somebody who's
Yeah, of course, I've seen in the neighborhood, and also I've seen friends that it has happened to. So those are what I'm trying to say is that these policies also are not helping to keep family and relationship. You see, so there's the policy protects women more. You see, it
Yeah.
protects women more. I'm not that I'm going against the policy that protect women, but there should be a balance. They should look into it because most of the times it breaks family. Because of the
Yeah.
policy, and a man cannot see his child
Yeah.
because of
That
and
is an issue. Yeah.
supervision. So there are some
Mm.
things that that is my own opinion anyway. There's some things the government should look at into, because where we are, we shouldn't shy away from it. There are more single parents than family. There are more single parents and there are more broken homes.
Yeah. True.
You understand. So there should be, that's why I encourage people to follow God's way about marriage. That is God that institute marriage. Look, the manual of marriage is there in the Bible. It will guide you. You see, every marriage had challenges, but that way, because I mean, it's God. You will live. A fish lives in water, right? Your source, the source of that fish is from the water. If it comes from the fish, if it comes from the water, after a time it will die. So the same thing, marriage, the Bible, the Word of God is the guideline for marriage. So that's my own thoughts and opinion.
If I don't stop you have a lot of experience in the issue because you can go deep. So yeah, we have some few time. We've spoken a lot. We've talked about, this whole diasporans going back home. And the last question before we wrap it up is, okay, you can go back home, but what if you decide to get married to the person and leave the person back home and you come back? Do you think it's also a good way? Just two words to describe it, Mr. Ken, and then maybe Engineer can say something.
That's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so you don't think it's...
No, it's a no-go.
Okay, maybe a temporary solution because the person up abroad does not have everything figured out, but he got married. It's okay. Maybe in 2 years' time, I'll come for you.
2 years is too long.
Like what I advise one of my friends that want to take the action of what you just said now. I said, if you have not figured everything out,
Don't start it.
Don't start it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if she need a visa to come, make that visa should be ready. As you are doing, I do in Ghana or in Africa, in Nigeria or wherever you went to marry her.
After the wedding, you guys come back together. Yeah.
If you will take you, that's my personal advice to him. So I don't think it's a wise thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we cannot leave the person over there in the camp.
I mean,
no, get everything.
And in some cases, 2 years, some cases 3 years, 5 years. I mean,
10 years.
10 years. Then she's living with my mother. So I don't know how people.
It's better to get it more figured out before you take the initiative.
Exactly. But for me, I wouldn't mind somebody in Europe. It's not that far. You can travel weekends and everything. But Africa is just
there's a lot of logistic into it.
Yeah, it's just too far. Europe, you can just 2 hours. You are in Belgium, Germany, UK, wherever. But Africa, you need these days. KLM is not to allow us to go. So let's keep it to Europe. Will be cool.
Makes sense. That's good. Yes, thank you guys very much for today. We had a very interesting topic, and as you can see, Brother Ken and Sister, I really enjoyed the convo. You guys were good, And our listeners out there, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click on the notification bell. Make sure to put in your comment on whatever you think about this issue, because most of us here, we want to go back home, find the love, and bring the love. But you think it's a good idea. You watching, maybe you're back home talking to somebody abroad and saying, I'll come and pick you. So you're also looking up to you. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll catch you guys same time next week. It's your boy Junior, and I'm signing out. Thank you.